Hey guys, oh my god, this is miraculous. I'm actually recording a recap the actual day after the episode airs. Oh yeah! So, first of all, I'm very sorry because I totally fucked up the title thing for last week's recap because I don't really pay attention to the titles or anything, so before I do my recap I just quickly Google it to figure it out, and I guess I just looked at the wrong thing. So I said it was season 3 episode 2 trial, but it was really season 3 episode 3 lovesick. Not that you really care, but people probably got confused when they clicked on it or whatever. But I know the title for this one. It was season 3 episode 4 Queen for a Day. Yeah. So this episode was pretty good. Pete's ex-wife returns. Her name is Amanda, played by the lovely Jerry Lynn Ryan from Star Trek. Yes, I believe so. Who's pretty awesome, as I said before. So she comes back and she's getting remarried, and Pete's all sad, and it kind of sucks because he does this whole serious Pete speech. He's like, "I'm sorry, Amanda, for what I did and stuff," and she's just like, "Okay." And stuff. Plus, the whole time he's talking to her, he's like, "Oh wow, so congratulations," and then she's like, "Oh my god, I know, he's just so perfect, and I really think he's the one, and I'm finally getting my fairy tale wedding that I've always dreamed." I mean, not that you were the one, but I think it's different this time. No, I'm like, just shut up. You're gonna make him freaking cry or something. Ugh. But anyway, she put her bag down next to this beehive artifact thing, and little bee inside fell into her bag, and once they figure it out, they're freaking out because he wasn't invited to the wedding. Burn. And he didn't want to go back and intrude because he was already, the whole thing. So but they had to go back obviously because it was in warehouse 2 or section 2, whatever, and so it was most likely deadly. And meanwhile, Claudia and Steve are out looking for this flask artifact at this war reenactment thing, but it sucks because of course that's where all the flasks are, so they're trying to find it. And meanwhile, Claudia's trying to learn about Steve's backstory, but he doesn't want to say anything, and But Micah and Pete go back to the wedding, and things are getting weird because what the artifact does is when the bee stings you, because it stung Amanda's finger, whenever you touch someone, they become your slaves because she's the queen bee now. So she was hugging her friends or whatever, and she's like, "Oh my god, there's Michael's parents, better keep him away from me while I go get ready," or whatever. And so then they tied him up and took him away and all this crazy shit. And so they so Pete and Micah go back, and she's like, "What are you guys doing here?" Nah. And well, I don't mean to make her sound that bitch, because she's not really. She's, yeah. Yeah, so then they were like, "Well, we can't tell you, but something bad is gonna happen," and and then, why do I keep doing that? I'm sorry. So they find the bee, but it doesn't have the stinger, and they realize that they're gonna need to find the stinger in her body, but they have to take her to the hospital to get an x-ray, which is stupid. But then, while I'm watching it, I'm like, "Oh, why can't, if, they're her slaves, why can't she just tell them to stop?" And then they tried it, because, they were, carrying Michael away, and they were gonna kill him, so she's like, "As your Pharaohess, I command you to stop!" And they didn't do anything, and it was because, they were so concentrated on the fact of protecting her that they didn't really, care whatever else she said. So then, he's like, "Oh, right, you can use the bee as, a magnet for the stinger," so she put it on, Amanda, the bee thing, and the stinger came out and went back in, or whatever, after they had, badassly, that's not even a word, but you know what I mean, fought off all the evil bridesmaids and the best men and all that stuff, and then it was all good. It was pretty freaky, but it was also pretty awesome. It's Micah was all kicking ass and stuff like that. So, yeah, they put the stinger around, it was all good, and Pete said his final goodbyes to Amanda, and she was like, "Thanks, Pete." And I was like, "You're right, bitch." And the Claudia and Steve found the flask, but then he was like, "Oh my god." Yeah, Claudia was like super awesome because he was trying to fight off this other dude who had the flask, and he's like, "No, I'm going to kill you." And then Claudia came over in this like total like crazy outfit, and she was like, "No, you would not put it off against a lady," or whatever. And he's like, "I never hurt a girl." And then she just Tesla'd him. They got the flask, and then he's like, "You reminded me a lot of my sister, 'cause she was always saving me," and stuff like that. And then she's like, "Oh my god, you have a sister? What's she like?" And he's like, "She's dead." And I was like, yeah, so then she was all mad at herself, but then at the end, we're all friends again. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's all good back at the warehouse. And I was a little disappointed because I thought since the whole ex-wife thing, we were gonna have like some jealous Micah or something, but no. No, we didn't get any of that. But, I mean, at the end there was a little cute moment, so I'll settle for that. It's alright, I'm good. Anyway, I'm so excited for next week because HG, aka Jamie Murray, is coming back. Yay! Because she's so awesome. So I'm very excited, and make sure to watch it next week, Monday at 9 on Sci-Fi. Yes, thank you for watching. Sorry, my hair is really pale right now. Okay, bye!